So, hey there everyone, it's your boy Vandal, and I'm back with another video. I actually, started a video, but I am a mangaka helping everyone make manga. If you don't already know me, check out all my other videos. But today we're doing a different type of stream. We're doing an interview, and today we're interviewing, let me show you guys. We are interviewing, web browser right here, the creator of Icarus Metro, Calvin Chambers. So let's get right to it. Here we are with my man Calvin. You're up. Say hi to the stream.
What's going on? Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Hope y'all doing well. I am Calvin Chambers, founder and creator of Icarus Metro Comics, also known as Icarus Studios. I am the writer and creator of Icarus Metro, writer and creator of Juice Paranormal Adventures, and also the editor and for other different projects that we currently have under our imprint. Looking forward to giving y'all more information about who I am and what we're doing and planning to do.
All right, sweet. That's awesome. So, I know we met not too long ago. I saw like your stuff. It was like really cool. So, I'm trying to do this thing, where I get other authors and writers so we can explore, like, get into your mind and understand like what's going on in there, because everyone has like their own creative way of doing things. I have my own way, you have your own way. So, gonna ask you a couple of questions today, and let's get right into it. All right. So, first one, the one that you've probably heard a lot and people ask you one too many times, but what inspired your writing or your artistry? Like, why do you do the thing that you do?
Okay. And excuse me if you see me just keep editing my camera. I'm trying to get a good
now you're trying to
keeps
you're trying to get the good angles. It's all right. You want chat to see.
It keeps going out of focus for some reason. So I'm trying to fix that.
All right, no problem.
I think it's the light.
Okay. All right. Chat, send them good vibes. Chat.
There we go.
Perfect. Nice.
Perfect. Okay, so what inspired me to start writing?
And wait, before we get into the writing, are you the writer, artist only, writer? Just make sure we get like all of that.
So at the moment, I am the writer only.
Okay.
At the moment, a writer only, and I have a consistent group of people that I work with.
Mm-hmm.
One person is based out of Brazil, and the other individual, I believe, is based out of Spain.
Oh, okay.
So those are the two main people that I work with. One works on like the character art, the character designs. The other person works on the actual book and the covers, and and we do have a couple of editors. We do have a couple of other people on the team that do different things. When I met you, I was with two other like character creators, people who worked with me on designing some things. And that was at PoochieCon in Pennsylvania. Shout out to PoochieCon. I've been there at convention twice.
Okay.
But I'm the writer. I'm working on drawing, working on learning drawing techniques, so that I'll be able to draw sequential art. But I know with any new talent, that does take time. Because you definitely have to put in a lot of time for drawing.
Oh, that's what's up. Now you're trying to be a Swiss Army knife. I see you trying to have all the tools of the trade.
Exactly. And I look, honestly, like there's a couple of scenes that I have like for like the Juice, for example, and I'm just like, I don't trust anybody to draw those scenes except for me.
Oh no.
I'm like I really need to focus on this drawing thing, because some of these scenes I'm like, and don't get me wrong, that was always my biggest fear with being a writer and starting comics, was because of the fact that I had ideas in my head, and literally Icarus Metro 1 and 2 came straight from thought. I put all my thoughts on paper, and the artist, and this is why I'm working with this artist consistently, because he took everything that I wrote down and turned it into the artistry that it is today. And I was just astonished. I said, "Wow, like you're really good." Like I'm asking you, like, "Hey, like, what other stuff did you work on? Like, are you, you don't
Mm.
work for Marvel or nothing? Like, this is really good." And
Yeah, nah, that's true. The
and
artwork's really good.
exactly. And I'm
Mm.
and I'm like, you know, the fact that you were able to do that and you liked the script, and so I said, you know what, this is someone that I need to keep around. This is someone that I want to consistently work with for the entire series. So he's actually doing Icarus Metro 3 right now.
Mm.
So hopefully once 3 is done, then he'll be able to work on 4 and 5 will conclude it. But in the meantime, I'm hoping to launch Juice in January of 2023 and have that as something that's more consistent as a weekly web manga on either Webtoons. I'm thinking like either Webtoons or saw a new app called Web Comics. I'm not
Okay.
sure whether or not that's something that kind of Webtoons is all Korean based, right? I think so.
I'm not
It's
too
not
sure.
American.
That's the first time I've heard of this one, so that's kind of interesting.
Webtoons?
No, no. Oh, I thought you said webcomics. That one. I've
Oh
heard of
yeah,
web.
no web comics. I haven't heard anything about them, but I downloaded their app and they have a lot of creators on there that place on their original series. I
Mm.
just know Webtoons has been people have been able to animate some of their projects on Webtoons. Like we have God of High School, Tower of God.
Yeah.
Um, I keep hearing what's the other one? Solo Leveling.
Oh yeah.
I
Hmm.
heard that's coming out. But either way, I ran off topic. What inspired me to start writing?
It's all right. We got. It's gonna happen. It's gonna. I already planned for this. It'll weave back in. But yeah. So what start? What inspired this whole thing? What sparked that fire?
So as a kid, I used to always like come up with these stories, right? These random stories, um, and
Hmm.
those stories ultimately led into like fan fiction writing for Dragon Ball Z, fan fiction writing for Batman, the Justice League, fan fiction writing for Teen Titans. And don't get me wrong, like although I'm writing comics for myself, I still would want to. I still would love the opportunity to do something like that. Write stories for these other different imprints, these other different series. Um, but yeah, it started as that, and then I didn't really think. I mean, I got a little discouraged. Let's be honest. I got a little discouraged
Okay.
because I used to write all these stories, and I think it was one time. Um, and I grew up loving anime. Like I've been watching anime since I was 4 years old. It happened by chance. My dad was stressing me. I was at 4, and this is like one of my first earliest memories.
Hmm.
And um, literally, he sat me down. Like I guess he went to go do something. He sat me down, and I'm watching Vegeta and Nappa like walk on planet Earth,
Hmm.
like looking for Goku or whoever, just looking for people on planet Earth, like when the first season of Dragon Ball Z. And I'm just like I couldn't keep my eyes off of it. I'm like I'm ready for the next one, and that was my first anime I've seen, and then that fell in love, and then this is back in the Kids WB lineup, like
Oh,
early
okay.
morning. This is like Sailor Moon, Pokemon, Beast Wars,
Oh my
Dragon
God.
Ball Z, Card Capture, Sakura, like it was like I was watching all that stuff, and then um, I guess it disappeared for a little while, but I still played the games.
Hmm.
Dragon Ball Z games, and then it disappeared for a while until I found out about Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho,
Oh, you got like into
Naruto,
Toonami. Like you
Full Metal
started.
Alchemist,
Yeah.
and Yuasha
Mm, okay.
And Hack Sign.
Oh,
So
I
so
love
yeah,
Hack Sign. Oh my God.
this
Yeah.
this was like Toonami during the day, like that 4 to 6 block, and
Yeah.
then on weekends there was that like 9 to 11 block before Adult Swim came on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what ultimately inspired me to writing. Just having that passion for animated series like that, like Static Shock, like Justice League, like Batman Beyond. That was I fell in love with Batman through Batman Beyond, and then I went back and watched the animated series.
Mm.
And I had this teacher, and it was weird. Like, I guess one of the assignments. This is sixth grade. This is actually when I first started reading Naruto. Um, it was an assignment to write a short story, and um, I remember I wrote a short story about a person going through these tragic experiences, and then waking up and find out it was all a dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess like my teacher was like, "Wow, Calvin's in the fantasy world. You know, he's not like I don't know where he's coming up with these stories, these ideas." And I kind of got discouraged from that. Like I didn't know how to take that. It was kind of perceived as like, all right, this guy's not like in reality, you know. So I
Mm-hmm.
tried the longest to be normal, quote unquote. Let me say quote unquote.
Got you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I just kept writing. Like that story led to other stories, led to other stories, and I started getting like really good grades in like figurative writing and short prompts on. You know how they have like the standardized tests
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and you have to
Mm-hmm.
write prompts and stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
started getting really good at that, and yeah, I just fell in love with that, you know, and then it turned to music and poetry.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I graduated college, I came back to. I actually went to my first Comic Con when I graduated college, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Which Comic Con was
when I
that?
this was Garden State Comic Fest,
Oh, okay.
and in Morristown, New Jersey. I think
Mm.
the three guests there were Kevin Eastman from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Okay.
um, Jason David Frey, the Green Power Ranger from My Amazing Power
Hey.
Rangers,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to say one of the co-founders of Ren and Stimpy.
Okay.
So when I went there, I saw different people who was making comic books, and I was inspired. You know, I didn't know it was possible for other people to make these stories in like in these specific mediums, and I said, hey, let me give it a try. You know, I was working with somebody else at the time as co-writers, and that whole project didn't pan out. But the good things that came from it were my first comic that I wrote back in 2016 called Calibero.
Color
And
Barrel.
Calibero, it's like
Caliber.
yeah, it's like a group of it was just like a short about a group of mercenaries. But yeah, about a group of mercenaries. That's all I would say about that.
Okay.
I want to reincorporate them back into some of my stories, but um, only time will tell for that.
Okay.
Uh, but another good thing that came from that was Juice, and I started Juice back in 2017. But I had stopped it. I mean, even though it got good reviews on Webtoons,
Mm.
it had like 14K views and 8.5 rating. I just didn't have the funds to just keep commissioning artists to draw the sequential art.
Yeah,
Um,
that could be expensive. Yeah.
yes. So I mean, I know right now I'm trying to focus on like doing all the art myself.
Mm.
Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good journey. I mean, I loved it. I mean, the story wasn't fleshed out as much as I would want it to be, but it's been what 5 years from then. So I mean, I'm pretty sure I have a lot more world building done than I did at the premature stage.
Okay, okay, nice. I gotta say, like, I totally connect with you on that. Like, there's certain scenes you have to draw. Like, I'm still trying to find my way, like, through that trust phase. Like, it's so difficult. Like, cause like you have this exact image, and the fact that you were able to at least find an artist that was able to, just get your vision, like so far with the 2 volumes that you have, is amazing in and of itself. Cause that's really hard, especially when you have like something that's like, exactly how you want it drawn. I'm just like, I have trust issues. I have so much trust issues. So it's like, I commend you for all of that.
And honestly, I'm glad the artist that I'm working with is sticking around because when it comes to critiquing how the art needs to be done, I am a tough critic. You
Oh.
know, because there was one time I took my first comic that I made, the Calibero, right?
Hmm.
So the inside cover is done by a great, amazing artist that I found on Fiverr. Like
Hmm.
this is back on his in his early stages of like using Fiverr and so.
Hmm.
Um, but now, of course, he's pretty well known on there. You know, he's a little costly. Uh, but the cover page of the book was horrible. Like the cover page was rushed. I was being very cheap. Uh,
Hmm.
and I got I would say if you're trying to make comics or you're trying to make stories or you're trying to do whatever you need to do, like you have to pay. You have to pay. You have to get the best work possible, even if it might take a while.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, you get what you pay for, right?
exactly,
Mm.
exactly. Um, in this case, I didn't get what I paid for. Let's just say that.
Oh, you paid too much?
But yeah, I
Oof.
paid too much for that.
Oof.
But I didn't know anything. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Like it was at a point where it was my early stages of getting into this creative space. I didn't really know much, so I paid this, and I went to a Comic Con in Edison, New Jersey.
Mm.
It was Garden State Comic Expo, and I went there because I wanted to try to show um, play people like Dynamite, people like Boom, Marvel, this is that. I wanted to see what I could do to try to become a writer for them, right?
Mm.
By showing them some of the products I produce myself.
Mm.
And I was walking around with my book, and I saw this one guy, and I was trying to ask him for advice. I can't remember what Marvel project he was the artist for, but I showed him my project, and he said to me, uh, "Are you proud of your work? Are you proud of this work?" Right? Like
Mm.
he said, like he basically when he looked at my book, it was almost like a look of disappointment, right?
Oof. Okay.
And it was that was a tough pill to swallow,
Yeah.
because
Mm.
honestly, when he said what he said to me, I I knew it was true, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I knew it was true. I didn't want to accept it though.
Ah. Okay.
You know what I mean? I knew everything he was saying was true, but in my head, I'm like, because that's the project that's already done. I knew it was true.
Mm.
Um, but he basically told me, he said, look, if you have a project, you have to do what you got to do to make the project the best project that it can be, because that project is ultimately a reflection of you.
Mm.
So if you want to get the best work out there, if you want to get noticed, if you want to have a project out there available for people to enjoy and for people to actually want to be a part of, you have to make sure that the project is appealing alongside a great story.
Mm.
Because I've seen a lot of debates on Facebook, right? I've seen a lot of debates
Okay.
on Twitter. Basically, the debate is, does it matter if you have bad art if you have a good story?
Ah, we talk about
Or
that a lot on this
you talk
channel.
about that a
Yeah.
lot? Yeah,
Yeah. We.
like
It's a. That's a tough one, and it's like I feel like in the beginning I was leaning a lot more to be like, I feel like you can have the bad art and a good story, but then I think it's like one of those things that's like a first impressions type thing. People are more likely to judge what they see first. Like if they see that it's a stick figure, they're like, man, I don't want to read a stick figure, and that sucks because it's like you could have gold as a story, but like nobody wants to read that stick figure, and it's like, damn, if I could only
exactly.
draw like a snowman. No, let me stop. But yeah.
you know, no, no,
Mm.
that's the truth right there. Because um, a lot of let's look at TikTok for example.
Mm.
People are like, and then people are saying, "Oh, you got to use TikTok more. You got to use TikTok." I'm like,
It's a.
I work. Like
Hey.
I don't have time to be dancing on TikTok trying to get. But the thing about TikTok is people like TikTok, and TikTok is so successful now because people have very short attention spans because they need that quick release of dopamine within their system just to be able to just keep going, you know? Like
Yeah.
they may work or they may do something that they have to do that they necessarily don't want to do, and they go on TikTok and boom, 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 ha ha ha. Ha. All right, I'm gonna go back to what I'm doing. They
And
back
then
there 5 minutes later, back right. So people want to see that with art. They want to see art that is so visually appealing that they can't take their eyes off of it. That
yeah,
like for example, you have like what you said before, the stick figures versus let's just say the
like the
last comic.
like the
Let's just
art of Naruto to a stick figure. We put it like
yes,
that. Yeah, I
the
mean,
art of Naruto to a stick figure. You know, like you're immediately gonna look to Naruto. You're not even gonna pay attention. You might glance at the stick figure, but you're not gonna pay attention to it. You're gonna look past the stick figure. The stick figure could be One Piece. You know, it
yeah,
could be the most amazing story ever, but you're not gonna look at it because you see three characters on the front cover of a book opposed to three stick figures on the cover of a book.
yeah. I know, and it's true. That's like a rough hurdle. And then like even you yourself as an artist, like for example, I'm on TikTok. Like you get your own dopamine rush because sometimes the way the algorithm works, like it'll give you that instant feedback, and then you want to keep chasing that feedback. But it's like you could also be working on some other things. Whereas like it's like where you put your time and how much time you put into something. And then it's like, oh, also like even then, like you can put as much time as you want sometimes, and then people still won't even look at it because there's a vast sea of things that like can take people's attention.
See the things and the fact that everybody's creating. So the thing is, it's like I've always heard this too. Uh, what makes yours different from the rest, right?
Yeah.
And that's a question that I do struggle with because I don't read like personally. I may like support people's projects and stuff like that, like and stuff.
Mm.
But as a writer, I don't read other people's stuff. Like
Mm.
I watch I watch like videos, I watch shows and stuff like that. But
Mm.
as a writer, I don't read like I because my thing is, um, I wrote a scene one time, right?
Okay.
And I had no idea like where this inspiration came from, right?
Mhm.
And then after I put the scene out, and this is part of like Juice, like when I originally did Juice,
Mhm.
I look back at it like like a year later or something like that, right?
Mhm.
And then I said, no, no, no. I look back at it a year later, right? And this is after, and yeah, I said, oh snap, I got that from My Hero Academia.
Ah, I see. Like even if
You
it's
know?
not conscious, it's like
Yeah, even if
subconsciously.
it's not conscious, yeah. So
Mm.
the thing was, I didn't realize it until after the anime came out because
Mm.
I read the manga since it started in 2015,
Ah, okay.
but I didn't realize it until the anime because the anime came out some years later. I didn't
Mm.
realize that until the anime, and I was just like, no, 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 no. That's like, no, I can't be reading this new. I have to come up with these my own original ideas. Like this is like because it sticks with you subliminally.
So, do you feel like you can't get inspiration? Because that was one of my questions. Like, where do you get your inspiration from? But like, do you feel like you can't get any inspiration from the things that you read? Like the things, like let's say you liked a story and like you felt like it messed up and you could have done it better. So like, and not necessarily like you're gonna make, let's say like Bleach 2 or My Hero 3 or whatever, but like you don't feel like there are aspects or arcs that you could like utilize or rework in your story.
No, well, okay, so we know every anime has either a tournament arc, a survival arc,
Mm.
or something of that sort, right? Some
Yeah.
type of games arc, right?
Yeah.
Um, it has that. Like, so we, well, I write into it. I do take arcs, like not like the plot of the arc, but
Mm.
like the different things that go on, like a tournament arc or a race to the top or let's save my people or a war, for
Uh huh.
example. I'll take inspiration from those types of topics, but
Mm.
I won't take inspiration from like the plot lines and so
Ah,
what
okay.
goes on with what characters.
That makes sense.
My characters and the way the characters look, I get those inspirations from people in real life
Ah, okay.
and what I experience. I travel a lot. I like I get those like if I see a person that looks funny, I'm like, oh, that's an idea right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
No, I
like
totally get that. Yeah.
my best ideas for characters come at rest stops on the road. I
Okay.
see so many weird, interesting people. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, that guy right there. He's sitting around. He's with people, and he doesn't want to be around those people. And he's just a dad, you know. And I'm like,
It's a lot of people watching. No, I get that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of people watching.
Okay.
Not to be weird, but it's a
No,
lot of people watching.
nah, you doing it for artistic reasons. Like one of the things I do, like when I'm tabling around the city, is like when I see somebody with a really cool outfit. Like I think of that as a character design. So I ask if I take a picture so I can, jot it down for like a character later. So it's like also thinking about it in that sense is like figuring out like how do people act, how do people look, how you can incorporate both. They're like always growing and learning like wherever you go, which is very important, especially the people watching aspect because it makes you get like interesting characters and see how people's mannerisms are when you create like your scenes and stuff. Let's see. More questions. Okay, so now you told us a little bit about it, and I want to see if we could go a little bit more into it about like your first published book and like what was that journey all like?
First published book. So all my books are self-published, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my first one I created because it was just something short. I wanted to see what the process was.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it was just an idea that I had. I wanted to create it just to see what the process of creating a book was, how easy it was, how hard it was. Just how was I able to produce something of the sort.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I did was I had a networking event. Well, not a networking event. I hosted my own book signing,
Mm-hmm.
and I sold a book there at the book signing. So, and I mean, I guess that was just all to that first book. I didn't follow up with it. Um, I went the webcomics route after that book, but
What made you go the webcomics route?
so I wanted to work on manga, right,
Mm-hmm.
in hopes of animation, right. Because I didn't really grow up on comic books.
Mm-hmm.
I watched DC Marvel shows, but I never really was the comic book guy. And I know comic books are short books, and the reason why I started with Icarus Metro to make Icarus Metro is because I'd be able to produce something in larger quantities and sell them and garner support at different conventions.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my goal isn't money,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm not doing this for money, but I've seen from working with webcomics in the past that you need money or you need some type of foundation in order to produce, these stories,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And because I was thinking like, oh, someone said to me one time, if it's taking a while to, produce these books, why don't you do some type of like Patreon or raise
Kickstarter.
money in order to raise money in order to produce these webcomics.
Mm-hmm.
In my head I said, well, I could do that, but like, what are they getting out of it when they can get the story for free?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Because it's not like I'm actually selling a book. I want to make a weekly series. I want people to get that rush to go online every Friday and look and read the new chapter,
Yeah, whew, that's rough. That consistency part is like,
Yeah,
it's
or
like,
every 2 weeks, or
yeah,
like Dragon Ball Super every month.
yeah, like whatever the consistency is, it's just like it's either you do like one of two things. You either like really grind, like whatever your weekly, monthly schedule is, or you just wait a while and grind out a lot, and then you pick a set date, and then you just keep going, releasing as you go. it's a hard balancing act trying to figure that out. Like for example, my own release schedule is like very erratic. It just happens when it does. Like I drop something, but finding that time and pace is definitely a goal, and that's what everybody wants. But to do that, you also, like you were saying, you need money, because you need some form of consistency with a team to like bring that all together. Because just like a lot of these like creators in Shonen Jump or Japanese manga in general, they're not like one person. They are one person who comes up with the story, but they have assistants. They have people who help with like certain aspects that allow you to, you know, get to that certain pace of whatever you need. Like if it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, there's some type of help going on there that like helps that process go. So
like I know with Shonen Jump, for example. Let's look at One Piece, because that's the manga that I know like the most in terms of the process. You know, they have Oda. He's the writer and creator, and he's also the main artist. You know, and then they have a bunch of editors, and no, they have one editor, and then they have a bunch of assistants. Now, I'm not sure if you know too much about how assistants work in Japan, but basically, you have a bunch of secondary artists who practice to a point where they copied the main artist's style, and the main artist draws the important pages that he wants to draw, and all the other fodder is left for the assistants to draw. So they have about a round table, and I've seen YouTube videos on this. They have like a round table of like maybe 4 or 6 chairs, and at the head is the main guy, who comes in whenever. But the other assistants are working on assigned pages, and these pages can be well out into the future. Then once all the pages are done, they package them up, and boom. Because ultimately, the writer is the one who knows the story, and the the assistants are only doing what they tell. Because animation is such a big uh, moneymaker in Japan that spoilers can kill an entire project.
I know you be seeing the Dragon Ball Super leaks at like every like 5, but I mean Dragon Ball Super is maybe like a little bit different.
Well, the Super leaks and stuff like that. The leaks, like even the One Piece leaks. Like I saw the One Piece leaks before the new chapter came out.
Oh, don't say nothing.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Oh, you about to scare me. I'm about to end the stream right now. I was like, it's over. It's over, y'all.
No, I mean it's something I've been expecting for a long time, and I've been waiting for it. But next chapter will be amazing.
You gotta go wait for a while though. Y'all gotta wait for like a month. Homie taking
next chapter comes out next week, and then there's a month break.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, good. You got something.
But what I was saying is that they get their assigned work, and then spoilers come out the week of, right? But if a spoiler came out about the end of the series,
like the end of One Piece, God,
that can kill everything.
Yeah.
That can kill everything. So, I mean, that's just how assistants work. And would it be great to have assistants? Yeah, but I'm not a main artist. It's not like I can do something and then be like, hey, I need a pool of people to work on stuff like that. That's just not how life works in America. People want to be paycheck to paycheck. They want benefits. They want that health care.
That's a lot.
Me, personally, I'm just looking for freelancers. So.
Yeah, I feel it. So back to one thing you said earlier, talking about like how you said, make sure I got this right, you didn't read too many comics, but you watched a lot more. Do you feel like that influences like how you create your stories or how you visualize things? Like
you see, it's funny you say that, because I remember one time someone was giving me feedback on my story, right? They give me feedback on my work, and they said the pacing is different than most comics, right? They said the pacing is kind of a little fast paced. It's because I honestly, subliminally, I think that I write my stories as if I'm writing a show.
Okay. Gotcha.
I do think I write my stories as if I'm writing a show, because I know that people's attention spans are short. For one, that's one thing. 2, is the fact that I know my attention span. I'm not going to sit there and read all the little cannon fodder, emotion, details. I don't care about none of that stuff. Like I look. I just finished all 18 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. Right?
Oh my god, you're
I
another
just
one. You're
finished.
another beast. Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
just finished all 18 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. But all the little small details that had nothing to do with the plot, skipped. You know, I just went and skipped that because it's not important, and I don't need to have that unnecessary stuff within my writing. If I know it has nothing to do with the plot, it's not going to be there. Filler, oh, never.
So you didn't watch
If I ever
Naruto?
got to, you said what?
I said you didn't watch none of the Naruto filler, all that beautiful godlike in
I
between
didn't. Well,
200, 500
well,
episodes, 5
okay,
years.
okay. So thing about me is I didn't watch Naruto after the pain arc.
Okay.
I read everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't watch it after the pain arc.
You saved your whole life. I mean, I'm not even judging you.
Yeah, nah, it was way too many fillers. I think what stopped me was I was disappointed about everything that happened after the Sasuke retrieval arc in Naruto because there was like six, like 3, 4 seasons of filler, and
Don't tell.
I was not rocking with that.
Don't remind me of my trauma. I watched all of that. Don't remind me of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I couldn't do it. Man.
I don't blame you. I don't blame anybody. I don't know what's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me, not you. Anyways, yeah. So let's see. Oh yeah, so we were talking about like how that influences. You were talking about the pacing and how it's a lot quicker because you don't like any of that filler. Let's see. Where can we go with this next? So, okay. Now, you talked a little bit about the journey, how it has been like finding writers, writing yourself. What is your favorite part and what is your least favorite part of this whole publishing journey you've been on? Like, what do you really enjoy? What don't you enjoy?
That is a big question. I would say the biggest thing is being able to create stories from thin air. Um, Developing ideas that I've had in my head and putting it on paper. It's been a journey. I mean, I'm far from completing the journey.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it is my life. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do I want to live it? How do I want to continue on? How do I want to showcase my intelligence, my creativity?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the whole creating aspect is what I really enjoy the most. That's what keeps me going.
Mm.
And also, just the effect that it has on people that keeps me going.
Mm.
Every time I go to conventions and stuff, people, usually come back and give me some feedback, and it's always positive feedback. It's always love,
Mm.
um, and it's that's beautiful to me. Um, the thing that I don't like about this journey, oh, man, I don't like two things. So I gave two for the positives. The second one is the gatekeeping. I feel like a lot of people are gatekeeping online. It
Oh.
never happens in person, but like I don't know. I just feel like people are just uh, me personally. I like good stories,
Mm-hmm.
right? I like good stories. It is what it is. But a lot of people are into clicks, and I'm just not a fan of that.
Mm.
Another thing about it is the marketing is the most difficult part.
Tell me about it.
The
Oh God.
marketing it sucks. Like I am a very technical guy. I am a tech nerd, right?
Mm.
But when you trying to get me to sell something, I'm like, oh, it's crazy because my little brother was like, "Yo, you're such a good salesman. Like you could sell a book. This is that. You could do that." I'm like,
I know.
literally, because we did PuchiCon. Literally, when we did PuchiCon,
Mm.
I left the convention. I packed up and left, and I went back to the room, right?
Mm. Mm.
And my brother, because it was mainly just me there all day, you
Mm.
know. I was
Yeah.
supposed to have my two helpers, but they left me, right? So
They were in the
yeah,
water park. They were having fun.
yeah, they were in the water park. They were having fun. They were taking a nap. Um, I go back and I take my glasses off and I lay face flat on the bed. I was depleted. I couldn't talk anymore. My body, I couldn't sit up straight anymore. I couldn't do nothing. I was just laying down. I was
Oof.
just exhausted. And they were like, "All right, time for dinner. Let's
Mm.
go get some food." You know, it was my mom, my brother, my sister. Let's go get some food.
Mm.
I'm like, food? Like, can I rest for a little bit? Like, can I get? No, we get some food now. You know, they close early. They close early. I'm like,
Damn. Mans couldn't get a
yeah,
break. Couldn't
it's
catch a break. What'd you guys end up eating?
there was a bar that they had food. It was like a little restaurant and stuff like that. There was a lot of people there.
Mm.
We all had burgers and stuff. It was a very expensive meal, I tell you. Um, we had a jazz band playing. We had a couple of drinks. We just just having fun with it.
Oh, no.
But I tell you one thing: when I came back from that experience, I
Mm-hmm.
went straight to sleep.
Whew.
I at least got 10 hours that night, like 10, 11 hours. That's how
That's
tired
good.
I was.
I mean,
I,
it sucks that you were tired, but I'm glad you got all the rest.
hey, I needed it. I needed
Yeah.
it. You know,
Yeah.
and I got some rest the next day during the convention.
Oh wait, you cut out. Okay, wait, yeah, I hear you now. Like, come up, maybe a little closer. Huh. All right, we're back. We're back. We are back on. All right, hello, y'all. Sorry the stream cut out. Had some technical difficulties. We were just getting into the fun stuff we were talking about. We were talking about food. Was it?
I don't know. You can
All right. Let's
start at
skip.
any point.
Let's skip on to the next thing that I wanted to chat to you about. So I saw on your site you have like 4 different stories. Like how many books have you written like in total? And is there anything like you want to share with anybody, like in terms of like upcoming work or any of the other ones I saw on your site?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So for Icarus Metro Comics, this is like my restart of my my projects and stuff like that I started back during the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
um, about 2020. So I have Icarus Metro. I have Icarus Metro 1 and 2. I started a web series called Crimson Spirits. Right. So this web series is basically the story of a let's just say he's a warrior from Africa
Okay.
who lived in a place where they trained warriors to go out and secretly protect the world, right? And basically, his continent that he is in charge of protecting South America. So he went and currently he's journeying through Argentina. Um, and basically he has to just uncover truths and stuff like that. So this is planned to be a longer series of a web series.
Mm.
I want to say issue 0 out, and an issue 1 and an issue 2 in terms of like a web series format. It's basically in like a written format, no big visuals, just a cover.
Mm-hmm.
Because eventually I want this to be a book. So that's currently starting on my website, IcarusMetroComics.com.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my third thing that I have out that I'm working on right now, and I'm also working on animation for it, is called Juice Paranormal Adventures. So that's going to be my long-lasting um, manga series that I'm working on.
Is
So
that the one, the animation on your website?
yes.
Oh, you want me to play it for everyone?
Oh yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, it's mainly the same characters as Icarus Metro, but Juice is like the Juice Paranormal Adventures is the prequel.
Okay.
It's setting up the world, showing the main characters, and showing everything that happened before the Icarus Metro timeline.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I could pull it up right here. Give me a second. Stream. Web browser. Oh, perfect. Perfect. All right, so let me lower the music. And then let's full. Ooh. Okay, wait. Gosh. All right, before we get into it. All right. Everybody can see it. All right, let's get into it. Let's put some volume on this. All right. I don't know if I can full screen it. Play picture in picture. Oh, that's kind of cool, but no. All right. Oh. Okay. I like the vibe.
The music is by my friend named James. If you guys want to get in contact with him, just reach out to me, and I'll send you over his contact information. He's available for beat production, music production, and anything production related for music, for any type of project.
Okay, nice. I'll put like his stuff in the description. But nah, this animation is fire. It's pretty cool.
So this is the guy who works on the character art. He actually made this animation, and he's out of Spain right now. He is the founder of Osart Animation. Very, very good person, man. Very good to work with. And he's also available for projects for animation and art.
Nah, that was really cool.
That's inspired by Dragon Ball Z. I'm not sure if you remember the scene.
Tell me which scene. When they were when the character was falling?
No. That's inspired by Naruto.
Oh, is that the Bluebird opening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Inspired by Bluebird. But the scene where the two fire people were walking out of the fire, that was inspired. So I'm not sure if you're an OG Dragon Ball Z fan or a new Dragon Ball Z fan, but in the original U.S. opening, Rock the Dragon, Vegeta and Nappa used to walk out of, like, it used to show them like walking, like walking all slow like this, and they weren't walking in fire, but they were walking in explosions that came from their destruction on planet Earth.
Okay.
I love that opening. So that's like a homage to them,
Oh, okay. I am OG, but my memory is like poof.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah, that's really dope. That's like somebody who like really remembers, like, because the way your origin story was like that moment, and like I could just see like everything just sticking like from that time.
Man, everything stuck like glue. I still have all the VHSs, everything. I'm talking about Dead Zone, Tree of Might, World Strongest. I have all the OG Brawley movies, everything. I'm a hardcore fan.
Oof.
So, I don't care what anybody says. There is nothing better than that when you first watch. Like, even like having like with your friends and stuff like that. If you just get all your friends in a room, get some makeshift popcorn, food, just tell everybody just to wear some like nerdy or OG stuff, and you just put on some like OG Dragon Ball Z movies and stuff. Man, you feel like you just ran a movie from Blockbuster.
Yo, no one knows about Block who?
Yeah.
Block what?
I hope y'all don't think I'm old. I'm actually pretty young, so don't think I'm old. I'm showing my
your time on
age.
this earth.
Yeah, I'm showing my time on Earth, because I've been in 3 decades now. I'm not 30, but I've been in 3 decades now. But I'm like, look, I was watching Dragon Ball Z at 4 years old. I got some knowledge I remember,
Nah, I feel you. That's definitely dope. It's like, that's a lot. I definitely feel like like seeing that and hearing that, like I get what you're trying to go for with what you're doing with your comic, and like how that's also like slowly bleeding into like animation and getting those feelings in. So I was going to ask you the question of like what books of authors have influenced your writing, but I want to ask more so like what movies or TV shows have influenced the way like you approach. And like this could be anime, it could be like American TV shows, whatever it is, have like really influenced that. Or like what would your idealized anime or animation look like?
Oh man,
That's a lot. Sorry.
so basically, what influenced me out of like current mediums, like current shows and stuff, like stuff that's already out or stuff that's out in the past?
Yeah, it could be. It could be now. It could have been in the past. It doesn't matter.
Well, let's just say anime. That's kind of very broad.
Mm-hmm. And then wait, before we get into like which anime, top 5 anime, go. I hate asking people this question.
Oh man, top 5 anime. All right, One Piece.
Okay.
One.
In no particular order, or just
I'm
that's.
saying I'm gonna give you my number one is One Piece.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna give you my number one. Like
Okay.
I've been fighting. Like Dragon Ball Z has always been my number one, but I can't keep that as number one anymore.
I
I just can't. Uh, my number 2 is definitely Dragon Ball Z.
okay.
Right. My number 3 is Fullmetal Alchemist.
Man of culture.
My number 4 is Code Geass.
Ooh, that's a nice one. Mm.
And my number 5 is
We all wait in suspense. Dun, 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 dun.
yeah, because this can make a break. This can make a break it.
This is gonna break the whole stream. Everyone's gonna be like, ah. They're gonna be like, I can't believe he said that.
Yeah, this can make a break it right here.
I mean, you could just have a top 4 for right now and leave it right there. I only have a top 3, so.
I was gonna either like it was a tie, right? The last spot is either a tie between I said between a tie between
The seriousness.
yeah let's just say top 4. Let's just say top.
Yeah. Yeah. See, makes it so much easier. You'll get your 5th.
Yeah, let's say top 4. I mean,
Yeah.
I have to see how Attack on Titan ends.
Ooh.
Right.
I've heard things.
Yeah, I have to see how Attack on Titan ends. The anime ends. The manga and anime are gonna have 2 different endings.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I have to see how Attack on Titan ends. I have to see, like, I would have said Yu Yu Hakusho, but like when you think about it, and it wasn't, like it was good for nostalgia. Like the first 3 seasons were good, but everything after it was kind of like,
Okay.
like when the Dark Tournament ended, the show kind of flopped.
Uh-huh.
And I can see why. I mean, he left he stopped doing Yu Yu Hakusho so he could do Hunter x Hunter.
Uh-huh.
You know?
I know that was like one of the things I read on him. Like one of his biggest regrets was not like really doing Yu Yu Hakusho the way he wanted to. Like he really wanted to finish it up, but it was just like one of those things. I guess sometimes you're just done with something and then you just
he felt uninspired about it.
Yeah, and it's never good when you do something like uninspired. It never comes out right.
Yeah.
All right, so
it was either between that or Death Note.
Okay, I fucks with Death Note. Okay, yeah, that's tough. All right, so back to the original question that I sidetracked us on purpose. Is all my fault. I take it. Like not just from that list, but just in general. I guess because we're talking about anime. What do you feel like would be like your nice mix or like direction that you want to go with for your stories or your animation or your comic, whatever it is?
What do you mean by the question? I need some.
So like so like I was talking about like what authors, or I wanted to say what authors or books influenced your writing, but like looking at like your top 5, like in what ways did they influence or shape the way you approach storytelling or writing as a whole?
Um, let's. I would say the only anime or manga artist that really influences my writing style would be Oda. You know, for One Piece,
Mm-hmm.
and the creator of Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh
Um,
yes.
I
Mm.
would say Oda, for example. I love the way he foreshadows. I love the way he I love the way he foreshadows, and I love the way he fleshes out his characters. For Fullmetal Alchemist, I like the mysterious aspect of the story. You know, it shows a story from start to finish, right? Of course, I couldn't see One Piece start to finish because it's not done yet. But
Yeah.
for Metal Alchemist, you see it from start to finish and how everything just goes round full circle. You know, you get bits and pieces of things, but you don't really understand until the end. And this is something I do want to talk about a little bit because there are some cases where, and I can tell who's an anime fan and who's not an anime fan by this, right? In the earlier days when I was doing stories, I would write my stories, right, and I'll start the pacing. But then people are asking, oh, they'll be asking way too many questions, right? And I'm
Mm.
not answering a single thing
Mm.
because the thing is, you need to finish the story. I wrote the
Mm.
story like this for a reason, and I'm writing it like in a way it's inspired from Fullmetal Alchemist in terms of by the time you get to the end, your mind will be blown.
Mm.
You know, by the time you get to the end, you'll be satisfied. I want people to be fulfilled. I want people to be satisfied when I'm providing them stuff. I don't want them to just to create a good story and for them to just like, okay, let me put that back on the shelf. I won't ever talk about it again. I want to create a story where people want to talk about it with somebody, where they
Mm.
say, hey, this is amazing. Borrow my book. I want you to read it so I can talk to you about it. Like I want that type of effect with my writing.
Mm. So, do you feel like what you said earlier in terms of people having short attention spans, that in some instances they won't want to get to that first part if it's not like instantly hooked them there? Like in, let's say, like the first chapter or maybe like the
Oh,
first book?
as an independent creator, that is going to be extremely difficult
Mm.
to really get somebody involved for a long journey like that, especially if you're not pushing it out weekly or whatever. Like it's going to be extremely hard. You know,
Mm.
like even a monthly thing, it's just like they can forget after a while. Or they
Mm.
come back to it later, and then it'd be 5 years later, and they're like, "Oh, let me come back to it." Oh, you can't, you know, the
Mm.
story you didn't get enough support, you know.
Mm.
But yeah, I do feel like that's extremely difficult because I feel like people nowadays, like when a story happens, they want to read everything at one time. You
Mm. So
know?
you want to say like a binge read type
Yeah,
thing?
they people want to binge read. I mean, it's the same with TV shows.
Mm.
You know, people want to binge watch TV shows. You
Mm.
know, I mean, look, I just finished Grey's Anatomy. Eight, you know, I wouldn't say I started from like season 6 or 7 because I already watched it previously,
Mm.
and I got up to season 18, and let's say 2 months, right?
You was
That's
grinding.
that's about 12. That's about 12 seasons in 2 months. Now imagine what I could do to a 10 episode show.
Mm.
That's a day.
Yeah.
That's a couple hours. You
Mm.
know,
Mm.
like you know, you're getting all that now. Person from there will be definitely impatient to try to you know get the rest of the series.
Yeah.
You
Mm.
know, so I do feel like you know that is a difficult part of creating
Mm.
is getting your audience fulfilled, but the way I'm trying to organize my writing skills going forward is to make it to a point where people are addicted.
Okay. And how do you feel like you're implementing that now, or the steps that you're taking to get to that level of addiction?
For one, taking my time with stories. You know,
Mm-hmm.
draft after draft after draft. You know, just taking my time. I do feel like there is such thing as too much time, and I have been taking too much time.
Yeah.
But I ultimately want to make sure that what I'm doing now sets the tone for what I'm doing in the future. You know,
Mm-hmm.
in order for you to really be successful and do what you need to do to achieve what you want to achieve, you have to start your good habits now. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
and
that's true.
yeah,
So this is a question, like I've made a video on it, and I know a lot of other creators deal with it. So you have like a full-time job, right?
yep.
So how do you balance a full-time job with making comics? Like how do you find the time to do this when you have all this other time devoted to something else?
So I have a full time job.
Mm-hmm.
I am in school at night.
Oh my god, that's even more. Okay.
I have a side business.
Mm-hmm.
I have rental property,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a business. With making comics and stuff. But I'm also turning into a studio because now I'm working on creating short films.
Uh-huh.
So with all of
Do you even have time? How'd you have time to
that,
watch Grey's
and
Anatomy? That
and
one.
and and I'm working I'm working on YouTube videos and stuff like that to build my channel up too. So I'm working on like a podcast type thing. Um,
Man's is
but
lying.
that's
Man's has a hyperbolic time chamber in his house.
no.
No,
Like
no.
Grey's Anatomy.
Nah, I don't believe this man. Man's
No.
lying.
Look, Grey's Anatomy is it became Grey's Anatomy became was like it was background fodder
Okay.
until like season 11. Then I started like looking like this, like, oh, this is a show. Okay. It was background fodder until about then. I saw people dying. I'm like, oh,
Hey. Okay.
let me see what happens with this.
Okay. Okay. All right.
No, it was one scene where this girl, hit the car. Look, this girl was in the car with her wife, and the wife was pregnant, and she went and crashed because she wasn't paying attention to the road into a truck in front of her that had logs in the truck.
Oh
So the
no.
pregnant woman went flying out the truck and was just on the dashboard. And at that moment, like I'm working and stuff like that, I look up and I'm like, from there, I was paying attention. I was like,
I was like, I'm
you
sorry.
know, I'm like, I'm working I'm simultaneously, you know, doing my thing. Um, what I find that helps for me to manage everything that I'm doing. Um, for one, you can't do it by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Something I've learned from other creators is that you have to form a team of some sort.
Mm.
Um, whether or not it's people that surround you that support you, or it's people that you want to collaborate and work together with to create different things. Honestly, when this year started, I wanted to have 5 different comic books out. Right, I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to have Icarus Metro. I wanted to have Juice. I wanted to have this other story that I'm working on as a spinoff of Juice. I wanted to have, and I also have 2 scripts, one for a psychic hero and another one for a basketball player turned demon hunter at night. Right?
Okay.
And it's crazy because the last one I mentioned, I saw you laugh at that. The last one I mentioned, I have the cover art done, and I have the character art done, and I have the script done, but I don't have the time to produce it. Right?
Ah. Uh-huh.
I just don't have the time to produce it. Right? So I'm working on Icarus Metro. I'm working on the Juice. I work, and I haven't even had time to even do another episode of Crimson Spirits. But I also feel like Google Calendar is your best friend. Like I would not be here if it was not for Google Calendar and Apple Calendar. I got different things on different times.
Oh.
And another good thing that's helping me, Alexa.
Oh. Okay.
She helps me so much. with reminders and timers and saying, all right, time to do this. All right, time to do that.
Oh,
Time
like
to
your
do
little
this, time to do
assistant.
that. My
Okay.
little assistant. So yeah, that helps me a lot. Honestly, there are times I do experience burnout and I do take naps and stuff like that.
Mm.
But I do feel like I just have to just keep treading. There's stuff I had to sacrifice.
Mm.
I had to sacrifice streaming video games because that's what I was doing for a lot of my time before.
Mm. Mm. Okay.
Um, I had to sacrifice. Sometimes I had to sacrifice dating.
Mm.
Especially when they didn't really understand what I was trying to strive for.
Mm.
I do feel like sometimes I do overextend my hand,
Oh, tell me about it.
but I do feel like um, time is short, and in order for you to do what you need to do, sometimes you have to just keep treading along. Keep pushing.
Mm.
Um, my job gives me self care days,
Oh, that's nice. Mm.
so it's good that I can use those days to, for example, go to the spa. You know,
Mm.
and I go to the spa. I get in the jacuzzi. I get in the sauna, and I'll just relax and clear my head. That way, I can just go and just be refreshed for the next day.
Mm. Nah, that's definitely dope. That's definitely dope. That's a lot there. So to break it down for everybody, collaborating, definitely making sacrifices. Scheduling your time is like
Yeah,
super duper important. Making sure like you're doing that, having reminders, and taking self care days as well. I guess a lot, but like those are all actually like really good. Um.
and sometimes you have to prioritize what's more important to you. Like me, for example. Um, I literally I wanted to do a con um, every year. I mean, every not every year, every
Month.
month this
Uh.
year, right?
Mm.
But it's going to take a lot for me to go to DreamCon this year.
Yo.
So
Yeah. Hashtag
I'm gonna
DreamCon. We're gonna be
have
at
to
DreamCon. Come
gonna
see
be at
us. Boo 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 boo
DreamCon.
boo.
So yeah,
Okay.
so I'm going to DreamCon is going to take a lot. So I'm like, all right, let me sacrifice conventions for June, let me sacrifice conventions for August, and let me sacrifice conventions for September because I need to go focus on DreamCon and do what I need to do there. You know?
Mm. Yeah. Nah. True. You gotta bring everything to that one. That one's gonna be
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
I'm so excited. Okay. All right. Cool. 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 And then, oh, this is an interesting one. Before any of this ever started, what did you want to be, or what was your dream job when you were younger?
My dream job when I was younger, I wanted to be a Power Ranger, man.
Let's go.
Right? I
Let's
wanted to
go.
be a Power Ranger. I wanted to be the red Power Ranger. I wanted to be the leader.
Let's go.
I wanted to be an actor growing up. To be honest with you, man.
Hmm.
I wanted to be an actor, and then it turned into me wanting to be, do something within film and stuff. But I never wanted to just be that struggling artist, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of discouraged me. I did computer science for my bachelor's, and I did cybersecurity for my master's.
Mm.
Um, so, like when I did that and stuff, I um, I I was chasing the money. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah.
So
No, I get that.
I'm in school for something else, like to be able to focus out of that, so I could like get out of the traditional 9 to 5 journey. But I went after the money instead of going after the passion, and it's
Mm.
starting to reflect in my lifestyle and my life now.
Uh huh.
So I mean, honestly, if I can go back, I would be an actor. And that's why I want to. That's why I'm kind of turning Icarus Metro Comics into Icarus Studios because I want to start creating, live action shorts or live action stuff for my characters and my stories, and also just creating short projects so that I'll be able to pitch my writing style to different studios and potentially make the next Star Wars film or something. So
Mm.
that's like my ultimate goal. That's what I want to do for my. That's where I want to go creatively.
Okay. Um. And then, since you said like acting, I'm curious. Like, you mean like stage acting, or like a TV show or a movie? Like, what kind of actor did you want to be?
TV show and movie.
Uh,
I actually was a guest on season 6 of Comic Book Men on AMC.
Hey,
I
nice.
was in episode 6 with Burt Ward,
Mm.
and and he played Robin in the old Batman. Um, and I was in a movie called High Strung. High Strung. I was an extra.
Hey, okay, got them acting
So
credits. See you.
so that's on YouTube if you guys want to watch that.
Oh,
Um,
acting credits.
yeah, so I did try some things.
Mm.
You know, but I mean, if I had the opportunity to do some more, I'll be able to take on any roles. I'm a very like I may sound a little monotone, a little deep, very whitish here, but I'm a very energetic person.
Oh, man's get high pitch. Okay, got it.
I started getting a little stocky. I
Oh,
started dipping the
oh,
locks, so I gotta
oh! I see you. I see you.
I'm gonna be a little typecast. I could be the multiverse Killmonger. I don't know.
About to be in What If
Yeah, I could be the
season two.
what if.
All right. I'm feeling. I'm feeling it. Nice. Okay. All right. The last set of questions as we get into the wrap up. I wanted to ask you this earlier because you did talk about world building. So, quick question on how much world building takes place before you actually start writing your story,
Um,
or
like I said before, I think I already answered this, but I said before that when I first started Juice, for example, I did about maybe I started the series. Well, I started getting the work commission in about January of 2017, but I really started writing in about October of 2016. So I spent about maybe 2 to 3 months world building,
mm,
but that's not the way that I want to world build.
okay,
So honestly, from there, it's been about maybe 4 or 5 years of world building. To be honest,
that's a lot.
yeah, it's a lot. But when I go back and I watch like different like documentaries and stuff, um, the creator of Pokemon's been world building since he was a kid.
Mm, yeah.
You know,
Mm,
Oda, creator of One Piece, he's been world building since he was a kid.
mm,
You know, he made One Piece, for example, um, because of his love for pirates in Norse mythology.
uh,
And then he used his first one shot that he made was called Romance Dawn. It wasn't called One Piece,
yeah.
and it had
Mm,
Luffy, Nami, a character that looked like Vivi,
but it
and
wasn't. Yeah.
another unnamed character, right?
Mm, yeah.
And that was just the other no name character was supposed to be Zoro, but it was like Zoro before Zoro, and this was just his one shot, and then he took that and got serialized for something else, and he
Mm,
was working on man, what's the show? I know that he wrote for another big anime, right?
mm, mm,
He was one of the artists on another big anime in the 90s. It was either Slam Dunk or it was something around the time of Dragon Ball. It might have been like Saint Seiya or something like that.
uh-huh.
But he was an artist on that, and then he went on and got One Piece serialized.
Mm,
Same thing for Pokemon. He started off actually catching bugs in person, like as
yeah.
a kid,
Mm,
and then he went there, and then he made his own magazine drawing out, um, you know, small characters and stuff like that, with different types of bugs, and these bugs later on turned into Pokemon. You
mm,
know, he had like how first Pokemon game you had about 400 Pokemon he had to capture and stuff like that. He
yeah.
made thousands,
Uh-huh.
and then this later simmered down into actual like, all right, what's the best idea for a Pokemon?
Mm,
And the co-creator of Pokemon of Game Freak for no not my Pokemon but Game Freak
yeah.
saw his work and was like, hey, I like your magazine, um, let's make a game. And they plotted and got things together, and I think they said like maybe 2 3 years later they came out with Pokemon, and
Mm,
nobody believed it'd be successful, but hey, biggest
yeah.
franchise in the world.
I know, right? Small beginnings.
Yeah.
All right, nice. So lastly, and the last of the last that I've been saying lastly, we have a lot of people who are like new to writing or wanting to make manga. Like, what advice would you give to someone who's just starting out?
I say take your time. Basically, outline everything you want to include in your story,
Mm.
and then piece together from there how long you want your story to be made. Do you want to hit all those plot points, or do you want to save some for later? At that point in the outline phase, you can start crossing things out, and you can start keeping things.
Mm.
Then I would say, you would also have to just figure out your budget too, because as a writer and as a creator, you got to figure out, all right, do I want to go to graphic novel? Do I want to go to comic route? Or do I want to just make an actual book like Harry Potter or Game of Thrones? So I say, as a writer, I say definitely take your time in the development process and make sure you have all your bases covered. Hire an editor. That is honestly, that's probably the most important thing. Hire an editor and have that editor work with you. Me personally, I do editor online, but if you have someone in person who can edit and will actually spend that time editing your work, focus on that, because that person is the make or break for you. That person is there to tell you, hey, is your story good or not? Is your story grammatically correct? Will people be receptive to it? So yeah, that's the advice I would give.
Hey, appreciate it. And now for the first ever would you rather either or section.
Okay.
All right, ready? All right, here we go. Lightning round. It's not really lightning round. All right. Would you rather be in a room full of snakes or a room full of spiders? The snakes aren't poisonous, and neither are the spiders.
Spiders.
Alright. Why spiders?
Because I'm gonna kill them.
Alright. Would you rather have an endless summer or an endless winter?
An endless summer.
Okay, alright. Nice. You're not a polar bear. Alright.
Nah. I hate the winter. Man. Nah.
Alright. Would you rather have a constant nagging pain or a constant itch?
Constant nagging pain.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, man. He's like, I live with this. This is my everyday.
Yeah, I live with that, man.
All right. Would you rather your leg?
My leg.
Like
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, yeah. Oh, I love old SpongeBob. Oof. Would you rather always be an hour early or constantly 20 minutes late?
I'm always 20 minutes late. That's a given.
Yo, Bands is just like, this is my life. These aren't questions.
Yeah, that's me right there. I'm
Okay.
20 minutes late.
Would you rather live in a haunted mansion or live in an unhaunted cottage?
Cottage.
Okay. All right. All right. Now this is either or. Tea or coffee?
It sounds like work. Tea.
Okay. Movie or book?
Movie.
Oh yeah, that one was obvious. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Okay. Morning person or night owl? Ooh.
Night owl.
Yes. People.
My best stories come at night. I'm never like you talk about functional before 9 a.m. Nope. Not happening.
Facts. Ooh, shower or bath?
Shower.
Okay. City or country?
City.
Okay. Scrolling on social media or reading a book?
Pick neither.
All right, my man said movie again.
Yeah, I said movie. Scrolling on Netflix. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Paperback or ebook?
ebook.
Okay. And let's see. What's your favorite genre of music?
90s R&B.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be loving it at DreamCon. Oh God. Yeah.
90s R&B. Number 2 is city pop.
Oh, okay. Nice. And what's your favorite kind of food? It's a nice one. Like you go out, restaurant, your go-to, or something to have at home.
Caribbean food.
Ooh, what kind of Caribbean food?
Nothing like some jerk chicken with some oxtails.
Oh, don't talk about oxtail. That's what I'm about to get right now.
Little beans on it.
Oh, my thing popped out. I was too excited.
Little beans. What?
Oh.
Honestly, before it would have been probably Chinese food. I love General Tso's chicken with white rice and shrimp roll with some sesame seeds on top, little broccoli inside. But I feel like if high blood pressure wasn't a thing, then I'd probably eat Caribbean food every day, all day.
Oh my God, tell me about it. Oh, you just like finished me just now. That was good. All right, and then the last question. The biggest one. Goku or One Punch Man? Who wins? And why?
Goku beats One Punch Man. Because of Ultra Instinct.
Okay. I'm not here to debate this. I just want...
Because of Ultra Instinct. Saitama would not be able to touch Goku.
Okay. All right. Y'all heard it here. Come after our mans. I don't know on Twitter.
Look, I'm gonna get canceled for that. I'm gonna get canceled for it. Goku would not be able to touch Saitama with Ultra Instinct. That's not like Saitama is cool and all, and it'd probably be the biggest fight ever. That's like asking me who's stronger, Homelander or Omni-Man. Like you know.
Okay.
It's difficult.
Okay. Yeah, I know. That's why we have these questions. What's better? Was it like either the drumstick or the wing? All these questions. But thank you for all that in our first ever Would You Rather. And then lastly, where can everyone find you and all that good stuff? I'm gonna put it up while you say that as well.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so everyone, again, my name is Calvin Chambers. You can follow me and my personal stuff on my page, Kunatics. I also go by Kunatics. I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. And you can find Icarus Metro Comics, the stories that I create, the films that I create on YouTube channel, Icarus Studios, Icarus Metro Comics on Instagram, Facebook, Icarus Metro on Twitter. You can also look on the Icarus Metro page, and you'll be seeing the bio. It shows Juice Manga. So that is Juice Paranormal Adventures, my other story that I'm putting out. You can also find it on Webtoons. Let's just say the Webtoons is like the initial pilot, but the pilot is being remade. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, we have a lot of stuff that's coming. We have a lot of new projects that's coming in the works. If you'd like to see anything, definitely DM us, and we'll be able to just hear what you got to say. You can check us out on our website, www.icarusmetrocomics.com. Definitely subscribe to the newsletter. We're hoping to do a Kickstarter in August. It may be September, but we're hoping August for Icarus Metro 3. So we're working on the artwork right now. We're trying to get some covers done. This to show everybody, what we have in store for this third installment of the Icarus Metro series. So definitely stay tuned, follow, and I hope to see y'all soon.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you for coming, talking to everybody. It was very insightful. I learned a little bit. I hope everyone else learned a lot of it. That's the thing. Anyways, but yeah, it was a very great conversation. It was great talking with you. Definitely want to see you come back once we have an update on your Kickstarter and all the other new projects you have. Love to have you back, talk about the process, maybe do more would you rathers and have some anime debates, see who wins in what. That'd be fun, some cool stuff. But yeah, definitely appreciate you for coming on by. All the links will for Icarus Comics will be down below. Check him out. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe him on everything. If you don't, I'll be very sad and cry. And y'all know how I cry. I cry like a My Hero character. So y'all want to see that.
Man, Deku was not that bad.
He wasn't. I love Deku. Yeah, I love Deku. I love Deku a little bit too much. This is like my fourth Deku. I need to stop. I have this is my little vice. I love getting figurines.
I'm trying to collect those for Naruto. I started off with Nami. I got the Nami swimsuit one, but that's not.
Wait, Naruto or One Piece?
One Piece.
Oh, okay. You said Naruto and then you said Nami. I was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah, well,
oh, okay. All right. Yeah, lit. I have most of the crew. I just don't I got them from a particular set and I'm missing Zoro. I'm missing Zoro and Jinbei. I just need those two, and I have everybody else. And I'm
I can't wait to get Yamato.
Wait, oh my God. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Sir, these are spoilers, sir. Wow, the stream is over, y'all. He just ended the stream. He ended it. He was like, it's time to go. Let me just leave my man with a little spoiler. What? Anyways, and he's laughing too, y'all. Get him in the chat. Get him, chat. Y'all know where to get him at. Tag my mans. Making Vandal cry. Anyways, appreciate you. You know what to do, y'all, in the chat. Thanks for everyone coming by. I'll be back one of these days with more creators and the other things. I'm super busy, but I'm coming with the video. It's coming. Also, thank you for 3K. Love y'all. All right, catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Boy. Watch the intro. Okay. I mean, outro.